Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic friction, chapter 5 laws of motion, class 11th physics. First of all, friction. What is friction? When a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, a force comes into play which acts parallel to the surface of contact and opposes the relative motion. That force, which is parallel to the surface of contact and opposes the relative motion, is called friction. This opposing force is called friction. Like in this picture, when body is moving or trying to move in this direction, this is the direction of motion, and frictional force is in opposite direction. And when we have changed the direction of motion, then frictional force, the direction of frictional force also changes. It always opposes the motion. Static friction. It is the friction which comes into play when one body tends to move over the surface of another body but actually not moving. Static friction does not exist by itself. When there is no applied force, there is no static friction. It comes into play the moment there is an applied force. When force is applied, static friction comes into existence, but body is not actually moving, body is at rest. Force is applied on the body, but due to opposing friction, the body is not moving, then friction is called static friction. Static means at rest, body is not moving. As applied force F increases, static friction also increases, remaining equal and opposite to applied force up to a certain limit, keeping the body at rest. As applied force increases, static friction also increases, but up to a certain limit, up to which body is not moving. Hence, it is called static friction. Static friction opposes the impending motion. What is the meaning of impending motion? The motion that takes place under the effect of applied force. If friction is absent, if we will reduce the friction to zero, then body will comes in motion due to applied force. That motion is called impending motion. Motion of the body when friction is absent. But it does not actually takes place. Impending motion means just we are assuming if friction is zero, then body will move due to the applied force. That motion of the body during zero friction is called impending motion, but actually body is not moving. The static friction is a self-adjusting force because it adjusts its value as per the applied force. As applied force increases, static friction also increases. As applied force exceeds a certain limit, body begins to move. It is found experimentally that the limiting value of static friction, we can say that is the maximum friction, is independent of area of contact and varies with the normal force N. As this is the formula. Fs means static friction, maximum value, that is equal to mu s n, where mu s is a constant of proportionality and called coefficient of static friction. Mu s is called coefficient of static friction. Mu s depends only on the nature of the surfaces in contact. Thus, laws of static friction may be written as Static friction is either less than or equal to mu s n. If applied force F exceeds Fs max, the body begins to slide on the surface. It is found experimentally that when relative motion has started, the frictional force decreases from static friction maximum value. Kinetic friction. Frictional force that opposes relative motion between surfaces in contact is called kinetic or sliding friction. It is the frictional force that opposes the relative motion between the surfaces in contact. In this case, body is in motion. One body is sliding over the surface of another body. When body is in motion, then friction is called kinetic friction. It is denoted by Fk. K stands for kinetic. F stands for friction. Kinetic friction is independent of area of contact. Fk is nearly independent of the velocity. It satisfies a law similar to that for the static friction. Here Fk, static friction, is equal to mu Kn, where n is the normal force and mu k is the coefficient of kinetic friction. It depends only on the surfaces in contact. Here mu k is less than mu s. When relative motion has begun, the acceleration of the body according to second law, A is equal to F minus Fk upon m. As we know that acceleration is equal to F upon m, here this F is the net force, as capital F is the force applied in this direction and kinetic friction is in this direction, Fk. So net force will be equal to F net, that will be equal to F minus Fk. So net force divided by mass is equal to acceleration. For a body moving with constant velocity, we know that when body is moving with constant velocity, acceleration is 0 and mass is never equal to 0. So we can say F minus Fk is equal to 0. It means applied force F is equal to kinetic friction Fk. If the applied force on the body is removed, its acceleration A is equal to minus Fk upon m and it eventually comes to a stop. Negative sign shows that negative acceleration or retardation, so body will stop after some time. Graph applied force versus frictional force. This is along x-axis we have taken the applied force and along y-axis we have taken the frictional force or friction. Okay. This graph shows that as applied force increases, friction also increases, but up to a certain limit. That maximum limit is called limiting value of friction. It is the maximum value of friction. From this up to this point, as we increase the applied force, frictional force also increases, and this is the maximum value of friction, and after this body starts moving. So when we increase the applied force further, body has started its motion, then friction decreases a little and then it will become constant. That constant friction, when body is in motion, body is moving, that is called kinetic friction. So this graph shows that as applied force increases, frictional force also increases up to a certain value. That maximum value is called limiting value of friction. And when body is actually moving, then friction becomes constant. That friction is called kinetic friction. Laws of friction. It is independent of area of contact. It opposes the relative motion. It depends on the nature of surfaces in contact. The force of friction is directly proportional to normal reaction. Normal reaction, or we can say normal reaction force. So what is this? Let us suppose this is a surface, this is the body over it. Okay, weight of the body is always vertically downwards, that is mg, and normal reaction, this is n, perpendicular to the surface. If applied force capital F is in this direction, so frictional force will be in opposite direction, small f. Okay, so frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction, and when this proportionality symbol is converted into equal to, we can say F is equal to mu n, where mu is the coefficient of friction. When body is at rest, so we can say Fs, static friction, is equal to mu Sn, and when body is in motion, and we can write Fk, kinetic friction, is equal to mu k n. Rolling friction. The friction comes into play when one body rolls over the surface of other body. When one body rolls over the surface of another body, then friction is called rolling friction. Why there is a need to convert sliding friction into rolling friction? My dear students, sliding friction is greater than the rolling friction. It is because rolling friction is much lesser than the sliding friction. Sliding friction is more, rolling friction is less. So we convert sliding friction into rolling friction. Cause of rolling friction. Cause of rolling friction. When wheel rolls over the road, it exerts large pressure due to small area. As here, as wheel is circular and on the road, it is in contact, small area is in contact. So large pressure is applied due to small area. This causes a slight depression of the road below and a small elevation or mount in front of it. A mount is this surface. A mount is produced due to this depression on the road. Either this is the depression on the road, or you can say flattening of the tire. And due to this mount, friction is produced. This friction is called rolling friction. So main cause of rolling friction is this depression and mount. Friction is necessary, or we can say advantages of friction. It helps us to walk. We cannot move over the surface if friction is not there. It helps us to stop the moving vehicles. Brakes will work only when friction is there. If friction is not there, the moving vehicles will not stop. It helps us to transfer the energy from one part of machine to other. Nails and screws join various parts due to friction. Only due to friction, nails and screws join the various parts of the machines. Otherwise, these nails and screws will slip and the parts will not be joined properly. It helps us to write. These all are the advantages of friction. Friction helps us to walk, helps us to stop the moving vehicles, transfer the energy from one part to other. Nails and screws also join the various parts of machine due to friction, and it helps us to write. Friction is an evil. Explain. Or we can say disadvantages of friction. It causes wear and tear. It decreases the efficiency of machines. Heat is produced in machines due to friction which damages the machines. As it has both advantages and disadvantages, so it is called necessary due to advantages and evil due to disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? It causes wear and tear. Our machine parts and tires, clothes, shoes, they get damaged. Decreases the efficiency of the machines because it is applying opposing force, so efficiency of machine decreases. As it produces the heat, so it damages the various parts of the machines due to produced heat. Methods to reduce friction. As we know that friction is evil, so we have to reduce friction to increase the efficiency of machines. So what are the various methods by which we can reduce friction? First, by polishing the surface, by lubrication, by streamlining, by using ball bearings, by using anti-friction alloys, by using suitable surfaces, by using air cushion. This is the picture which is showing these ball bearings. What these ball bearings are doing? Actually, they are converting sliding friction into rolling friction, and friction is decreased. By polishing, when we polish any surface with the help of any paint or anything, so it will become smooth, and more smooth is the surface, less is the friction. Lubrication, by oiling or greasing, we can decrease friction. By streamlining, by giving the proper shape to the devices, machines, or we can say vehicles, by using ball bearings as shown in this picture, which converts sliding friction into rolling friction, by using anti-friction alloys, by selecting suitable alloys, by using suitable surfaces as tires on road has different friction as compared if these tires are replaced by wheels of iron, so friction will be different. So we can reduce friction by using suitable surfaces. Similarly, we can reduce friction by providing air cushion. Lubrication. The action of applying a substance such as oil or grease to an engine or any component so as to minimize friction and allow smooth movement is called lubrication. Lubrication means just apply some oil or grease to any part of engine or any substance, any component to minimize the friction and allow smooth movement. After lubrication, movement is smooth and friction is reduced. Minimize friction and smooth movement is the main function of lubrication. Instruments with moving parts may require lubrication to reduce friction. It is the action of making a process run smoothly. Lubrication is the action of making a process run smoothly. This is all about the topic friction. Thank you. Have a nice day.